Welcome to another episode of the Clueless Dudes Real Tool Reviews. Today we're looking at two drills side by side. The Warrior from Harbor Freight, the Hyper Tough from Walmart. Why am I choosing these two drills? The answer is pretty simple. They're both under $30. They're both entry level. They're both 20 volts. Don't let that 18 volt label fool you. They're both easy to find, both 3/8" chucks. So basically, if you're a homeowner or a renter that just needs to do around the house stuff, easy stuff, and you want something more powerful than a 12 volt, but you don't want to spend a ton of money for a 20 volt drill, you're in the right place. Alright guys, we're going to do some side by side testing, but before we get started, I'm going to show you why that 18 volt label is a little bit misleading. They're both really 20.5 volts. Alright guys, let's get going.
Alright guys, so let's look at the two batteries. This is an 18 volt 1.3 amp hour battery. This is a 20 volt max 1.5 amp hour battery. From a practical point of view, the biggest difference is the 1.3 amp hours versus the 1.5 amp hours. Amp hours is an indication of how long a battery can run a given tool before it needs to be recharged. And this one is 1.3 amp hours, 1.5. So there's a slight difference there. Other people may notice on the label it says 18 volts and this one says 20 volt max. So how much difference is there? Well, let's see how much difference there is when the battery is at rest. This is a voltmeter. A voltmeter, as you probably guessed, displays voltage. So if I hook up the voltmeter to the 18 volt battery, you get, hey, 20.5 volts. If I hook up the voltmeter to the 20 volt max battery, we get, hey, 20.4 volts. So within 1 to 2/10 of a volt between the two. So in other words, voltage wise, these two are virtually identical. And so don't be confused. If you're looking at, let's see, an 18 volt system versus a 20 volt max system, just know, at least at rest without a load on it, they're really, really close, within 1 to 2/10 of a volt based on this testing here. All right, guys, let's do some testing. And enough of the technical blah blah stuff. Let's test out the tools.
As we finish each test, we'll keep track of the results here on the scorecard.
Alright drill fans, time for the first test. 1/2 inch split point bit. And my goal is pretty simple. To demonstrate to you that these drills can be used for day-to-day tasks. Alright, I've got the Warrior here. And in the other screen, we're going to be seeing the Hyper Tough. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, and... Alright, that was the Warrior. Let's try it with the Hyper Tough. No problem.
As you can see guys, neither drill had any issues with that 1/2 inch bit. Now to something a lot harder, the 13/16 speed bit. Speed bits use a lot more torque than a regular bit. Let's see if the drills can do it.
Alright guys, let's try something a little bit harder. This time we're going to be using the 13/16 speed bit. If you're not familiar with speed bits, they're similar to spade bits, except on the front, they got a thing that's kind of like a screw on the front that as the bit spins, it pulls the bit down through the wood. And the reason why that's important to note is it causes the drill bit to go down rather quickly, which causes it to use more torque. In other words, it takes a lot more torque to get a speed bit to go through wood than a normal spade bit. And we'll see which one can do it faster. Speed bit and go! Alright guys, as you can see, it did it without a problem. Alright, let's try something even a little bit harder.
Okay, as you can see, with the 13/16 speed bit, the Warrior struggled just a little bit, but they both got it done. I'll give them both a pass. Some of the differences might have been operator error, but let's see what it can do next time with a 1-inch speed bit. A 1-inch speed bit requires a lot more torque, and we'll see if they can both do it. Here we go.
And let's see how it does with a 1-inch speed bit. 3, 2, 1, bit! Alright guys, I think we can safely say after about 3 or 4 tries, it's not going to be able to do it. And again, this is not a knock on the tool. This is asking a lot. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch to a spade bit here after this set of tests. We'll try the Hyper Tough next with the speed bit, and then we'll try spade bits. Alright guys, let's see what happens. Alright guys, it's the Hyper Tough's turn. Same exact thing, 1-inch speed bit. 3, 2, 1, and beep! So yep, it was able to do it, but just barely. Had to back it out a few times.
As you guys can see, the 1-inch speed bit was a little bit too much for the Warrior, and the Hyper Tough just barely passed. But I don't want to mislead you. A 1-inch hole is definitely possible with both of these drills, but you need the right bit. Let's test again, this time with a standard 1-inch spade bit. A standard spade bit just has a point on the end and doesn't have the threads on the front pulling it down like the speed bit did. So let's test now with a standard 1-inch spade bit and see how they do. A lot of people don't know this about YouTube, but if I don't have 1,000 subscribers, I won't get paid. Even if this video gets 1,000,000 views, without 1,000 subscribers, I don't get paid. So please help me keep my retirement hobby of making these fun videos going by hitting the subscribe key. All right, guys, time for the spade bit testing. Let's see how the drills do.
3, 2, 1, and go.
As you can see, both drills had no issues with the 1-inch spade bit. Okay, now onto the main attraction, the endurance test. Each drill is going to do 99 holes, and we'll see if the batteries hold out. They'll both start out fully charged, and they'll each do 99 holes at 3/8 of an inch, and we'll see how they do. All right, guys, the main attraction, here we go.
And we're going to see if each drill can do 99 holes. It's an endurance test, a 99-hole endurance test. And just to make it an even 100 for each one, if there's a spot left over on the board, I'll do the 100th hole if it makes it that far. All right, guys, goal is 100 holes per drill on a single charge. 3, 2, 1, and beep. All right, guys, it looks like I miscounted. I still owe you guys 5 more holes. And 1 more to make it an even 100. So. All right, guys, 100 holes. I hope that proves it. You can use this to do day-to-day tasks without any problem. This is the Hyper Tough 20 volt, and it did all that on 1 charge. All right, guys, so as you can see, both drills easily passed what I refer to as the 99 hole test. This time, did all 100 holes just to make it nice and even. Yeah, they both did it fine, and they both feel like they still got quite a bit of power.
All right, drill fans, if you made it this far, I have a request. Please hit the subscribe key. What a lot of you guys don't know is, without 1,000 subscribers, YouTube won't pay me. And if YouTube won't pay me, I'll end up living under a bridge. All right, guys, as you can see, it passed the 99-hole test. And again, please hit the subscribe key so I don't have to live under a bridge. Time for the conclusion, guys. Here we go. What's my conclusion? It's simply this. One of the reasons why I decided to do these reviews is people my age have in the back of their minds that cheap battery-powered drills are horrific. And the reason for that is simple. When I was about 20 years younger, we figured out these battery-powered drills that were inexpensive. They were often using NiCad batteries, and they just didn't have any power. They would run out of charge almost instantly. These new inexpensive drills are so much better than what we had 10, 15 years ago, especially at the low price range. It's actually mind-boggling. And so I've had neighbors that said they don't want a battery-powered drill because they don't work. And I thought, well, if they thought that, so do lots and lots and lots of other people. And I decided to do this testing just to show you that a $30 20-volt drill can do quite a lot. Is it good enough for industrial work? Can it do construction? Probably not. I wouldn't recommend it. You'd get something more expensive, a better brand name. And I think even the guys who make these drills would say, yeah, no, these are made for casual use around the house. They're not made to go to a construction site and be used 8 hours a day. But they are definitely good enough, in my mind, to put up picture frames, plant hangers, assemble furniture, and things like that. In fact, I'd even say I've got another video that I'm going to right above you now, put an informational link to it, where I test the 12-volt versions of both of these drills. And guess what? They're also pretty good. So if you're a casual user, and you don't know a lot about drills, and you're not going to be a DIYer, and you just got to put up a couple of small things that don't require a lot of torque, I think these are a good idea to consider these. All right, guys, I hope this helped. If you guys appreciate the testing, I'd appreciate if you hit the subscribe key, because without 1,000 subscribers, YouTube won't pay me. And if YouTube doesn't pay me, I end up living in the van down by the river. All right, guys, have a great, great day, and thank you so much for your time.
Alright guys, I don't want to mislead you guys, so I wanted to make sure you understood that this drill is capable of doing nothing because I forgot to put the battery on. Alright, let's reshoot this.